Me shas you feel so.
Well, unsa no pano issues akotoko raise wo let munyi na raise that. Raise na that.
But raise you know, but me I feel say tone we answer no dig.
The mood of the letter.
Another tone of the letter.
Yeah, me one more make in recent times kotoko behavior no akoye more like a cage lion. I release you know. Usa akoye more like confrontational. I lion na ya cage na che. And I'm all of a sudden you're releasing the lion. No? So you come after me, I come after you. I am more like confrontational. But I have gotten to a point that dialogue should lead. I say dialogue, I say ajun to atwa. Chamu, on say this will not help either Kotoko, FA or Star Times. And let me tell you why. Last weekend games, you know, on Star Time app, no, Kotoko game no kwa agency 42,000 views.
Yeah.
42k views. All other matches combined, agency 5k. Matches are
okay, they were supposed to show 5 games.
Yeah.
Almost show 4, right? 4. Kotoko match no going 42k views. 42,000 views. All the other matches, the three matches now combined agency 5. Oh, okay.
You know,
of course, it's Asante Kotoko.
It's Asante Kotoko. So, Star Times, we need Asante Kotoko. Kotoko Zubenia.
Star Times only go to Guineas.
And Tina Musudo Mudabatuno. Second one, you can find a home. But I realize that, or Manoko to say, now eventually be a Kotoko pull out. It is going to affect their numbers.
Kotoko pull out. I mean, you are doing you. Yeah, cousin, Kotoko pull out, say, or pull out on this time delivery. And your mommy and Sapper. Kotoko part of the FA. Just like any other member, you are supposed to be part of it.
Say, let any be more. Let we are letting first paragraph now. Usana Pami receive this concern. Or say, to this end, we wish to request a copy of the contract between the GFA and Star Times to enable us ascertain our rights and obligations and the relevant breaches with regard to club filming their matches.
That's and also say Star Times every contract don't sign. Every my clubs you more obligations.
A relevant issue because una wako sign contract on my behalf.
I want to believe the normal year, but there's been transition. Go management assistant. Saying to me who details of the contract, but the terms they also say man no. On the culture say ebia you born once. Also you wait twice. They will state it. Say when you can't say be amanti. Monambe you know.
That's a one. Clubs na one. What are the consequences?
Exactly. It's also clubs near where say Start Time. Ebia ujiva contract number chom.
Yes.
As in the contract copy they won't give it to Kotoko. Adia had to go maybe kai Start Time deal about fra. That time Kotoko any every president go sign 10 years. Okay.
Yeah. 10 years. Yes, 10 years.
Kotoko every president. And a Frank Nelson, or a board member of House I'm going to say it's a deal no buy. And the House of Oak they want a copy of the deal.
Uzanka.
Oma farm, but you're supposed to make the clubs aware.
Yeah.
Say, pay the contract and you must sign. Saying it here.
Inti per this demand, Kotoko Diabano. Say clubs no enya aware. Two things. Omunya aware of their rights and their obligations are. It is the fault on the part of the Ghana Football Association. Sir Obianka said, furnish the clubs with the full details of the contract. But their rights and obligations are so muye. And it's the one who I knew we are the clubs are supposed to know. But Chamu Anapamisa raised another issue. I think sir, and no the sixth part of the release. Was there another disturbing matter? Has to do with the decision to make us pay 3,500 Ghana cedis, representing the cost of Floodlight. I didn't say Kotoko Floodlight.
I have to maybe some man said I mean use words. How can you expect say? Oh na me board now also me born now. Me traditional time of playing the game yet 3. Also because of TV rights, what they make call you me also
and the cost of me say me say tia chamo enti and pano say make this
refund also refund go to come on
also make yeah
size can also refund
comparative analysis yan fa say Kotoko 5 games
ba go so ekutia am say emra na super sport say ekutia is start time for every for come am say man super sport ma bo match enyumra normal skakra or compensate you say o push you game because what try out
And you know, Chamu, let's Minyasho say Techima 11 wonders. Everybody game at the Floodlight in that. Because maybe on nobody game Floodlight in you. So what I say, it is a Techima 11 wonders. Everybody game not more under Floodlighter. Adentina FNO am making a room. Say even start am crying to Yana. And can scanner omodiye star sponsorship no. And can want team into and make a room for payment of these expenses.
Yeah.
Because Eden I say Kotoko na no more game enyumre no. Any Techima 11 wonders are money game enyumre no. Omo nyina enye scan pe. Now let's make it the simple calculation. Ebia Kotoko bobo 5 games under Floodlight. Back will be 3,500 Ghana cedis. Calculate multiply that by 5. Kotoko be 17,500 Ghana cedis only on Floodlight.
Wabra omo nyina so just Floodlight scape. It means there's a club on your Floodlight in you know. Or the when you're scanning nyina.
On your scanning nyina. Or you under Floodlight na enya me fort no. And mathematically a possible that Kotoko be 5 games under Floodlight. Next 5 games at the Floodlight, you know, ebia wotia 3,500 Ghana cedis. Chamo calculate that, multiply that by 5. It's an additional cost. Or TFE or Nagasa sponsorship money no more. Munina machene pe. And I'm sure say FN in Komuches Kano considerations should have made toward these things. Why nya? It is the fault on the part of the FE. Kotoko is right to demand this. Ebia the mood edit the tone of the letter no, and ebia a bit too harsh. But everything I Kotoko demanded in this letter, Chamu, to me, it is within their right. Because Omako to relevant articles, relevant status, back everything they are demanding. For instance, why Jimisika, Ojis Kano? And he say, Ojinanim say, why this Kano? Meet you at that time, no, Ojis Kano. Udim say, why do you take the money and hold it? Utimi Kipuskana. After 3 weeks later, as it's 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, the time of this can brown. Why do you take my money after 2 weeks and I'll refund this can? Until at this point, I mean, say the two parties in interest here, but the demand from Asante Kotoko per the articles na yakara no pay. Any the Kotoko Kotoko have not gone outside the articles and relevant status. It is still within their rights.
Okay, Obi.
Yeah.
Chairman,
the kind. Then Tina Kumasi Asante Kotoko make his letter way public. It is addressed to the General Secretary, not copied to anyone else, not to the media, but it's in the public domain.
Sometimes when you are fighting,
yes,
you want to be a bit political.
Absolutely.
You put it in the media for people to know your stand.
Absolutely. So, you know, because Sir FNO is to respond in this same tone.
Letter my Premier League clubs, it came out in the media.
Premier League clubs, baby.
Oh, now say letter or the bar say Mobia and Chomatches in the
I said it wasn't in this tone.
But still it was media.
You said no plb.fa.org. PLB, either a mail, sorry, a club and a belly kiss information about I'm expecting say FNO will not respond in the same tone. Nanaya, I'm sure is or Jina Baby, he feels say he has a support. You know, he has a right case. But you have to tone down. Nyabutre say if you have a case.
Because some more
yes.
One can hear.
Why is not quite say a confrontational only nipano asemna asembi or why any more na. Because the tone of this letter, and nipa no sign that's very free FE hono.
Exactly. Anything that confrontation no. If it is talking about that's very free FE or now they also contested the FE presidency.
Absolutely.
And then
but let away dear. Nipa ochro let away. Let away dear. From the introduction, You've decided to backdate the letter to create an impression that the clubs were informed of this decision before the commencement of the league. Well, let's see. Now, okay, members' rights, any members' obligations, sir. Chairman, to know the details of the Star Times deal is not your right or your obligation. Can members' rights, Article 15
of the Ghana Football League
statutes. No.
The members of the GFA shall have the following rights: to take part in the Congress of GFA, to receive its agenda in advance, to be called to the Congress within the prescribed time and to exercise their rights to participate in the debates and discussions and to exercise their voting rights. B, to draw up proposals for inclusion in the agenda of the Congress. C, to nominate candidates for elections to all bodies of GFA. D, to be informed of the affairs of GFA through the official bodies of GFA. E, to take part in competitions if applicable and or other sporting activities organized by the GFA. F, to exercise all other rights arising from the statutes and regulations of the GFA. Maybe all other rights only be all.
Other rights. We say rights then
okay.
Article 15 and one. All other rights no be o sika obenya free FIFA ho afo na ka.
Matias eba obi
the obligation. Oh me okay. Point by point.
Okay, sorry.
Say ohwe point 1 na. Or say we will not be in a position to honor any obligation towards Star Times since we cannot honor obligations without knowing our rights. In the FA statutes, it's clear in Article 50 what
the rights of members.
Of members. Inti hono ka omu tokwa we pa ya view antenna bako na camera siso and the whole football association is in chaos. But you see,
because I think we needless fight. This one I blame the FA.
In the point 2, it talks about and discuss here educational, and this is where Kotoko has a case. The clubs are prohibited from clubs may apply to film matches in which they are involved and shall proceed to film same, provided it's been cleared by the GFA on payment of the appropriate fees determined by the FA. Of course, it was determined 50 cedis per match. Video films shall be used for clubs' education purposes only. Clubs are prohibited from being used for commercial purposes without the FA's approval. So even when you use it for commercial purposes,
you seek approval for.
And in this case,
I don't use it for commercial purposes. So, that's say needless fight.
Unless yes, the FA no so I an investigation and we say maybe Kotoko is using it for commercial purposes. But me I know say view is for educational purposes.
Yeah.
So a hanu na Kotoko point na ankasa no ewo well, there's absolutely no case in terms of threatening clubs. And no me who kind point 3 now. Or say subsequently, consequently protect the interest of your members instead of threatening clubs. I think that's also not too important. In my estimation. Now again. Why? I said when them say the old documents. Obajo be 1,700. Ghana football. Now just say dream me be one. It's serious. It's serious. Akutiane there. Say.
Start times Gagafano. Obi any sending message on Facebook. Oga say who said the fight is between the General Secretary of the FA current, the FA president. Future every president, and as a one time a presidential candidate of the FA, that's the name person. And maybe that's a very former deputy general secretary. Yeah. It's just that's I'm going to say
Nanaya Ophilisa he's under siege now. Ophilisa so a man and anya dinkakra. A man for
the system will want to
work against it. Yes. I need to that Juada or meeting
and Obi mesre every president in Kofu. Minim view no sebia esi wono 7 predators e di obi aduane anase view ni siwa bibia kanene na amanfo twa matches Kotoko the VHF camera ne be siwa am nyo sen kase mu on meka Kotoko the VHF camera so the VHF camera
yeah
they can the party near a year no cassette chim o cassette no ka do ground Kotoko the be siwa I'm not sure they come complain their complaint meaning say view software ni be no montiasia but I know no they are too advanced.
They know chairman if
idea number 1 Kotoko nkoyi say bia okoyi for commercial purpose say e bia ebo match Kotoko telecast no the page and say
in case Kotoko be used for commercial purposes it is the duty of the FA to monitor
Exactly.
And you bring your evidence is a Kotoko Tonga or the Pesca. Now when your evidence no,
then you
now
take
use it against them.
Of course.
Oh, until how crane was say F and Yabutre. Oh, then okay, so also the Kosuadie, Fakosuadie. Now a die bet you was all tono. Say ni say. But Nanaya Hono Kakrabinu Krana. Make catches on Yabutre and say. Who appear before the disciplinary committee, and it is not important. Yes, you are representing a kingdom and all of that, but Nana, you are on cloud 9. You are the man of the moment. You have the wave behind you, but Titia break kakra, Titia break
your dear. Oh,
let a throw ni tone. You should be a bit more reconciliatory, because in future, most likely, say Nanaya Boako pre Efiakonyano. Oh, Kwako pre Efiakonyana. Some of these things will be used against you. What was your tone towards members or executives of the association as at the time you were handling another club? Inti when you know.
View no say that this is the view.
That is view.
View no asama yanku nyina anyway ade we is we antena so yes
and no na the whole football association
and I go and let the back and forth.
But Bebia me assure say the FA will pick a lot of points 8.8. Now to the issue of view as a progressive club, it's not important to place progressive. But I think so. I don't know who he's talking about as a pro. So who is not progressing?
As a somebody come as a man. That's it. Sorry, and some you are calling him. And some you are. And I'm saying, Obia, Omaya, a writing skills kakrano. Okay, so now someone penny tray Bob and there will be far penny paper trout. I mark each child. An idea Bob say. Was it almost say, where's we are here? I mean, oh, yeah, no, very simple. But they tell us, I don't know what John I did, but when the let away. Ostatia unya canvas bag of omeniabre. Abuform based on your maybe Ose nyomo matie. Because ebi omati commentaries be baby not ebi publicly. But omati because only members of the association. Obaso da form. Hono. Eti ebi nyomo bi omati tie ne nyomo bi a on dem chei. Eti bi sha obufuo na wacho. It's a letter we made. The only thing I see say ebi aga Kotoko sana gawe the tone. But ma sema mo kano Kotoko asem case we dey. You see, if you know regardless of omo contract no one Kotoko breach anything. No. Kotoko breach anything with omo mra. No. O say yembe twa match. O mra me o mo say etimi twa match. Yen cheska Kotoko cheska waje 2 weeks. So try na na say they say go ahead and be antwabiem. Na dia. Both you guys near decided that. O just can na ontwemi no. Amu me say adero we can't understand. Amu you ade na be so na bia machine bia o say ane o case mu ne. I know na omo kire mu 0.8 no. As a progressive club, we are sorry to inform you that we cannot rely on the post-match footages from Star Times for technical analysis. Hence, it does not provide the necessary ingredients, especially for analysis. Vio is purely not, again, very good point. Vio is purely not a competitor to Star Times. The question is, how do we provide technical analysis to the coach during recess? Because Vio no bet me analysis even during halftime. No, you should. If we rely on Star Times after the matches, if we were to rely on Star Times after the matches, again, Super Sports used to provide a video of the match right after the game at the stadium. The person says Star Times crowd no onia hoden ye ball now betumi ama copy. We would like to encourage you to get a good understanding of the workings of View and partner with us to provide same for all clubs. Is so important, but in point 10, also so not important. Should you continue to insist on this absurd, primitive, backward? Some guys joke. Joke they are some brain. Absurd,
primitive
and
backward approach to development of the game. We would instruct you to furnish us with your account so that we refund the $5,000.
Instruct you.
Oh, I think.
I didn't make us say, but only
Abutre
who here. Meeting on Monday. No, I'll make GDA say the before they should try to find. I did we couldn't go to do a
yeah.
Obi, made them feel say, because the technology Kotoko bringing on board. It's even a start.
Absolutely.
Other clubs will try to get the view.
Absolutely. And then I take the opportunity where na Jordan and Sana Jumedi and Beba yen free view penny for no more Magana. I mean, say more rep near so Ghana. I'm not too sure when he's coming.
No, Mary.
On my executive committee non church him cry no who say again grab a boy cry
there be me cry me go to penya me ga jom some mama. Oh, the entire say the view is supposed to be to the advantage.
View on the be some media move
Matuas in say no wenya or the be one club. Who have you me
kind point 8 now. Or say we will
to other clubs.
Yes, to other clubs.
The engine maker say Obi ABB and them say BB stop Sunday because to go away and then to say also be in charge Uber chama bad bag with 50 Ghana. But no ultimate no ultimate use for commercial purpose. This is for educational purposes. Teams no be ajatu obi atueska watua odiobe tuatua afei no tie o oje no wan kasa o other teams no matches no boy no omo boy elia no ebi atwa o bagodo go am the view ehediem enta die shem no tie view mu no ne sa ne sa more than you
information I may say catch say Star Times for no problem ne say anka omu twa ball no view statistics na nka was omu mom na nka de crass statistics no say a bobo ni wia na ba kama hit map no for her unse super sports for
now start that on go to view there
ncha komo no it is no go to view
it is I'm say about collaboration ya dia say we are mo de chenchire mra ho ya mra manipa ya nya nipa amamra eti mra ne ba ye nipa na mo de mo adwen e kabom ye bibi e bia start am back to go no view and yesamo yenya ayibi say half time ya mo mind statistics about yakwa yepe the summarize one no e be a shots on target shots then eno kwa yepe tim for my eno ano no na sa ye ma untwa e delay again
eno na problem
then tio enja me busa say ade star e you view no em say ba dadem because e be no mu here because me do am intiase so be di antena we be si ho e dey be twa match no channel on channel live on Facebook on channel live on YouTube on channel live or baby and like I say did you in actual fact Star Times you are benefiting rather from clubs no because okajin 3,005 for fuel says kai mo azago dukutia and tokwa ho se Kotoko pa no nye no mukun and tokwa ho se Kotoko no I repeat nye no mukun where they should go and meet them fine they made their case but not tone no they also made the tone and no think by a separate letter and then also me a separate letter 3,005 from China and then also me come again and them grass if you not crow Star Times come the moment so Star Times can be a kawa separate meeting
no correct
because also me go match no me saka ko go bo no adako jatia ko ba ka jom on Floodlight
dabi
see me go Floodlight me go under Floodlight you take 3,500 from me say me if I go to fu anwu ade nim fans are master stadium like I say bia fans by Dwaji skill that is a fight Kotoko should fight but we there mesre omuma abotre ne mra we nye case Katokreku we nye case cat enye case na na yamponza we enye case prosperous round we nye case Emmanuel Dasoberi enye case samoamu mu case mo solve na mo ko jabe nko na mo nya efe ne Kotoko as no seriously we nye case we case you no be sure enye obi aduane enye hwe every force yam mu twa omo so no gwa so de asema ave mo refund obi 1,007 amano
on what basis
slim brother I'm said they had 9
view no anka dia be cry be boa cry man of the match no Now start times man of the match. Oh, share your beer. Also, win a man of the match.
That's start time no you so.
Let me say can view no be my player.
But start time no you man of rampage. So men go you men fan come on.
Start time.
I have new media officer no any start time no you. We hear no their breast start time start times are announced.
Uncle no ni papa no and who yes major sponsor now at this material moment who cry now you find say we headline sponsor we BBI can be start times. Who na also Kotoko view no. Now who do you man
start times are there no.
There be also no a man of the match no. Now who could be coach we say who ni say. Who be say we say who ni say. Start
times in here.
Now I don't know any view.
Oh, that to us, only view out in maybe to us. I didn't say start times like Obia and Agotadi. And if you say we know hey technology on the ban no call everyone say Nadia Momu yi dey be hard you. Or no umble mu no castle. But everything also catch and say I didn't know the you know. I don't commercial here also there be. I don't know dia. Because I expect Kotoko will be on the boy this for only the crop. So this view shouldn't even be a problem. Unless there is something against Nana Amponsa as a person. Unless there is a rift between Nana Amponsa and Ket. Unless there is a rift, of course, Emmanuel Dasoberi. How are you going to free everyone on here? And also, Senyesa, this is not supposed to be a case. What is a case? And you see, I think going to go 3,005. They should call for a refund. Not going to go starting Kotoko on the house of folk. And starting Kotoko say TV rights, Cano. I'm in Tessem Yenchepe.
Na someone technical study group no man of the match no then no mujina so the man of the match no
said you mo he no ni
afidia ba afidie ne di man of the match we are see afa na nyina no what technical study group now we na man of the match now we e food bring back the love no and go I quite a casa any action sentence bring back the love obi the view e ba Ghana football mo o say Emrano Cross and support you. When it's a meeting, Juada no Munya Nachina. Now, Omu release statement. Say clubs near BM, Obian Fanny View Mra, or technology be a bebois, Fabre Executive Committee, Beji approval, Sika, na Ghana Premier League, Nicodanim, Nayan Jai, primitive na.
Zabuka Duka, yes, and without primitive. Yo,
oh, Ghana.
But, being a kaka be oda DJ Slim oba na DJ Slim ma be to aso ye be nyame adoma kira ye ba be hwe but is a view ni Asante ko ko asem no any finish start times we be akwa akuduru no ade we no moko hu ade eti antenezu we kwa we na problem kaka nyina is ade we nyame ni bofu